Let's flip now to the situation in the north, Borno and Katsina State and other parts making the news again for alarming deaths, about 65 on record. What strikes me the most about the situation in Borno and Katsina, as reported, is that these victims were said to be farming, and we still have a food situation, a very worrisome food situation on our hands. Many people going hungry by the day. What are your thoughts, Mr. Ologun?
It's so sad, again, because this happened within a week. 65 souls wasted, some slaughtered, and these terrorists claim that they are trying to disclose their whereabouts to the law enforcement agents. And like you said, these are farmers who should be producing food. I recall that in November 2020, about 48 farmers were also killed in Borno State. You see, and this is the border community between Nigeria and a foreign nation where the terrorists are trying to exercise their hold. And I recall that in that region also, you have this code 1717, 17th of January 2017, the Air Force bombarded an IDP there mistakenly. So you see all these killings, and in Katsina State, some farmers killed, killings across the country. And that may explain why this nation is poor, because the production drive is being held down. When you look at the safest countries of the world, about 10 of them, you talk about Iceland, New Zealand, Portugal, Austria, Singapore, and all of them, you align them with prosperity because there is peace for production and for the economy to move. But here we are, agitations, and we have been warned that even beyond the COVID-19, that hunger is likely to hit the world. So how do we cope with all this? And Section 14, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution 1919 as amended says that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. So what is happening to the primary purpose of the Nigerian government? We will keep asking this question, and it's so worrisome, it's so sad. And with this population killed, I express my condolences. Do we even have a national mourning day or something? Do we have that sense of grief
if we keep
what is going on in this country? So it has almost become a normal part of living in Nigeria.
Well, insecurity tops the agenda of the exiting Buhari administration, since his inauguration. And of course, that will likely, top the agenda of all the presidential agenda we are seeing from various aspirants at this time. Still on the insecurity in the north as a whole and even beyond, Mr. Abdul Hamid, how do we go about this?
I think, as far as I'm concerned, the government is they're not doing enough to fight the insecurity, to nick it in the bud. In other words, the government has failed in their responsibility to provide security for us as provided by Section 14 of the Constitution. We are too lackadaisical in the fight against these terrorists or whatever. You see, when it appears the body language of those in charge is like as if they have a sympathy for those committing crime. Because when you see people are led to have committed crime of this kind of nature, destroyed community, kill people, this and that, few of them will be said to have been arrested. And the next thing you will hear is that they are considering amnesty for them, without even being tried in court. They will not even go to anywhere. And those they've killed, they've destroyed their family are in one place called IDP, languishing in poverty and hunger. And you see say, we are fighting corruption. We have been told by the current Attorney General of the Federation that 500 and something plus people have been arrested. Today, I have not heard any of them being in court facing any trial. I don't know why we have sympathy for those who commit crime. As long as we have sympathy for those who commit crime, the crime will continue to grow. And probably people who want to commit crime will have more courage to say, look, it appears that nobody is looking at us, or they have a feeling for us, they have sympathy for us. So I want the government to be more serious about it. And unfortunately, it cannot be about money, because much money has been put into security in this country. The money, so much money has been put there. I have not seen the results. In fact, I have not even seen 20% results of the money that has been spent on security in this country. So I want to urge the government to put more effort in it. If you can bombard these terrorists, the way the EFCC bombarded the Okorocha's house, probably we'll be able to get a result in this regard. This is the area they are supposed to do a bombardment to ensure that just people live in peace.
Well, looking at the issue now, I want us to broaden this a bit. My next topic discussion now point is about the conspiracy of silence. That has been a problem for security agencies who are fighting various issues in their respective jurisdictions. The farmers who were said to have been attacked and killed were said, according to Boko Haram or the alleged assailants now, to have told on them, provided sufficient information to security agents. Even in the southeast, the issue with IPOB and its alleged involvement in the killings and other forms of violence, there is also a clamor by security agencies for the people to provide information that these men cannot be unknown, but they are known to all around. If you weigh all this and the concerns of safety, if I tell on a particular criminal or so, how will I remain safe?
You know, I must commend Nigerians for supporting the government efforts in providing information, intelligence gathering. Sheikh Gumi has even gone to the stronghold of the bandits, took photographs with them. The governor of Kaduna State said that they have access to them. So what is holding us back? The unknown gunmen, who are they? So if we have a government and people are killing people and they are unknown, if you claim they are IPOB, arrest them, bring them out. Let's see. You know, these are issues. You see, next to God, the most powerful institution is the government institution. But like Barrister Abdulhamid mentioned, may it be that there is sympathy for these criminal activities in the country. For example, those who attacked the train, killed people, kidnapped people, are now dictating to the government that release our children that you forcefully took from our wives. You know, they are known. I don't agree that they are not known. How are we fighting it? That is the point. But I always like to go back to content analysis. I recall that principally Boko Haram started all this crime we have of terrorism in the country. And when my president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces resumed office, he said that Boko Haram has been technically defeated. So, and I think we need to go beyond that. There are a lot of issues, a lot of biases and things, but some of us are saying enough of this bloodshed in Nigeria. You see, the motto of this country says unity and faith, peace and progress. Give us the peace. I mean, we don't want the future of this country mortgaged. We want it secure. Strangers are taking over the land. Governor Rufai was saying that they have to move away the communities along Kaduna Road. Move them to where? So do you now move criminally minded people to, you know, the governor of Niger State said that about 12 out of 25 local government areas have been taken over. What are we talking about? You find these people operating freely. How could bandits have gone to an international airport? You see, so these are several issues, but I just want to advise my president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, whom I respect so much, that, sir, history is documenting everything happening under your regime. And you may achieve much in terms of infrastructure, but if you don't enhance the fortunes of the superstructure, talking about the human beings, in terms of protection of lives and their properties, all those other achievements may fade away. And you have a huge mandate here. As a former military head of state, a general, retired general in the army, trusted so much by the people to clamp down on insecurity in the country, revive the economy, and fight corruption, which were the three cardinal promises the party made to the people. And again, that you are reckoned as a man of integrity. And integrity is walking your talk. So, Mr. President, if it's still possible for you before you leave office, please restore peace back to this nation. It's a possibility.
Okay, so I'm afraid I do not have a mandate, so to speak, to continue the conversation anymore. I wanted to get Tunji Abdulhamid's opinion on this matter, but my only consolation is that another time we will, of course, have you in person or virtually. We must thank you, Mr. Abdulhamid, for all your contributions on the program today. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
We thank you too, and trust that you enjoy the rest of your day.